Welcome to the continuation of last week's video where I replaced the handbrake cables and removed the petrol tank in preparation of installing the clutch hardlines. Also, massive shaky cam warning. A huge chunk of this was filmed by hand holding my camera due to lack of space, so there is a lot of shaky business going on.
I think these are 12 mils on either side that need to be removed. This cable here feeds into the cabin. That one we're keeping the original, so that one connects to the handbrake and the cabin and comes out here. Looks like it's just a pin that we need to pull, and then it should just lift up from the other end, so I'll do that soon. And then this is just a 10 mil by the looks. And then these are the lines to the actual cables. If camera we can follow it along, and then it eventually goes to over there on the brakes. So these are the two cables that we've gotten brand new. These are pretty simple. As you can kind of see, there's a gap there. So this cable has like a hammer shape on it, and all you need to do is just flick it to the side. Of course, the moment I start doing it, it gets difficult. And lift with two hands. There we go, like that. So that's what it looks like. So that one is loose. Can we pull through? Oh, we can't pull through. Oh, come on. No. We're back at it, so there you go. That's just comes through like that. So we just need to do the second one without getting stuff in my eyes. Okay, second one loose. Cool, so that is loose as a goose. We will just need a pin for this. Cool, we just got to pick for this. You should just pop out like that. Put that on the floor lovingly, and then this should. And then we just got a 10 mil here, and I'm pretty sure everything is like upside down and funky on this camera, but that's okay. There you go, that popped off from there. So that's loose. So we just need to loosen that, loosen these ones, and then do these.
Shifting to phone video because it's just easier. So originally I was going to remove, hang on, let's see if I can zoom out. So originally I was going to remove this whole bar, which has the two 12s on either side, sorry, 4 12s, so 2 total. But I realized that actually, because I was sitting there going, well, how am I going to get this out? So these are very rusted, but there's two. These are both 10 mil bolts on either side, so I'm going to remove those, and hopefully they will come loose from there. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, these ones will come loose. Alright, now that this unit is off, I see that it's actually got a split on there, so it makes it much easier. So this rubber is actually just seized on there, so I just need to try and break that rubber. It's probably the original rubber that's been on the car since brand new. I do wonder if I was just going to say if the new ones have them, but it looks like they do. I'm just staring at them at the distance there, and it looks like they might do. So we'll have a look, see if we can get it.
Alrighty, so both handbrake cables are out, and we've just got the new ones in the middle and then these older ones just on the outside to kind of figure out what side goes where, but they are identical. However, there is one slight hiccup that I have discovered. So with these lines, there's this little like rubber plastic kind of knurled end, and one of these sits on the bracket, which I'll put something here to show you to hold it in place. And then the second one holds a little bracket on that you bolt to the body of the car. Now that's fine, except it's got both of these little doodads on two of them on each line, whereas this cable's got 2 of them. This one's only got 1, so I don't know. I mean, what we'll probably end up doing is maybe cutting one of these plastic brackets so that I can then loop it over this so that we can still use this piece to connect it to the car. But that's just, I don't know if that's a design, like a mistake on their design front, or manufacturing problem or something, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be 2 of these. I mean, you can even see these are yellow on the inside, so yeah, I think there's supposed to be 2 of them, and we just got, obviously we're missing one on that, but it's not the end of the world. That just means a bit of faffing about. But we've also got these little hangers which will just slide off, so that's fine. But yeah, everything else looks pretty much identical, so it's really just a case of bolting everything back on. You can see these have been on the car a long time. Some of these bolts, I wouldn't be surprised if these are the original lines They're just rock solid, stuck in that shape, whereas of course these are brand new, so they're just, yeah, they're more or less flat. But yeah, so we'll get to installing these now.
Using a little Dremel, I tried to cut the groove in the rubber bead dowel things, but I also let my brain go for a little stroll and snip the end of one of the cables, thinking I wouldn't need them anyway because of course there'd be no problems, right? Alrighty, so we are putting the new cables back on, so that's the end of it. It's very pretty. Camera's not going to focus, that's alright. So, one clip in. Okay, so I'm gonna yank the handbrake.
And see what happens. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
This is supposed to go on those metal bits. Damn, I have no idea. I thought maybe these bits are supposed to hook in here. But yeah, it's the right length. I think those bits are supposed to hook in there, in which case the cable's too tight. And these can't be lengthened anyway. These are... That's it.
Set length, yeah.
Because then that's way too short and it's just not going to reach.
This also looks like an unnatural bend over here, to be honest.
Huh?
This looks like it's not right, because this is a weird ass bend now.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to connect to this piece. Because that's what that lip's for.
Yeah, it feels like it ridges in.
But then it's too
short, or too long on this end, too short on the end.
Are you sure these are for A-dubs?
Yes, absolutely, 100% sure.
Curious as to where they got this length from. Maybe it's worth sending them a photo. Alrighty, so this one here is the factory brake handbrake cable, and then this is the one that we got supplied by MR2 Heaven. Now, as you saw in the footage, these ones don't quite line up. They line up kind of strangely. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to cable tie, because obviously there's kinks and things in this one. So we're going to cable tie it where the sort of kinks are and see if we can get it to line up to this and this are the two mounting brackets. Though actually thinking about that, I don't think it was connected to that piece.
Well, wasn't that the section that went through the hanger?
Yeah, no, you're right, yeah. Okay, so we'll just, John will probably do it, I guess, I don't know.
I can do whatever, I'm honest.
Oh, already beginning to see a problem.
Yeah, they don't match.
Yeah, so that is the factory hanger, and that is the MR2 one.
Yep.
And then
That's
we'll
the end, right? Then that should be close.
yeah, it looks like the
shouldn't
cable length is correct.
Yeah. I took the head off this, but that shouldn't matter.
I cut the head off, yeah, but
Doesn't matter.
that's our problem. Alrighty, well, you can see the end. Now, the end is cut off in that because, as you would have seen in previous videos, I had to remove these little dowels because this one was missing one. But there you go, you can see the full length. So the length is identical. The mounting brackets, totally different. So that's our issue. Unfortunately, I still haven't fully figured out a solution to this issue, but after consulting with some MR2 gurus, speaking with MR2 Heaven, and along with getting some other measurements, we've established that the cables provided were designed based off the Mark 1A. In terms of the measurements for the handbrake cables, both were identical in both length for the cable and the sleeve. However, the mounting point was about 16mm off from the 1B cables, and because I did cut the top off one of them, the car currently runs with none of them. From where we currently stand, there are two possible solutions. Firstly, to exchange and purchase a set of SW20 handbrake cables, as all the gross measurements appear to be identical to the Mark 1B, but I'd need to modify the cable barrel that slides into the equalizer arm, as the SW ones have a wider diameter. Or, the more likely option I could be going for is to extend the threaded rod underneath the cabin so that I can attach the cables. The only concern I have with that solution is that when the car does go in for a cert, making sure the engineer doesn't fail it for that point. However, this will be a task I will be sending to someone else with welding experience, so the finished product should be as strong as OEM. I am sorry that so far there hasn't been much of a solution. Fingers crossed there will be some update in the coming weeks, but truth be told, there's been so much left to do in the car that these cables have really just been put on the back burner a little bit. Please let me know what you think of the series so far, and if you've had issues with handbrake cables for your Mark 1B, please do let me know what solutions you came up with and work around the issue. Thank you guys so much, and see you next time.